Hi, Jessica here with Yoga for Everybody, representing Zen Active Sports. Today I'm back in the studio to present another one of my favorite standing yoga poses with an extra balancing challenge. It's the Warrior 3 pose. Let's begin, of course, in a standing position, the mountain pose, beginning to establish that proper alignment and deep belly breathing pattern before we move on to this challenging Warrior 3 pose. Checking in first with the feet, spreading the toes, pressing evenly into the mat, all four sides of the feet. Little bend in the knee or deep bend in the knees. Hips are neutral, so the back is flat. Chest is open, shoulders are down away from the ears. Crown of the head lifts up to the sky. And the fingers spread nice and wide as we reach the arms down and away from the body. Beginning each breath from the bottom of the belly before we move that breath up into the chest and lungs. Relaxing the muscles of the face, opening the jaw, allowing more breath to freely flow in and out through the nose. When we're ready to transition to Warrior 3, we'll turn to the side again like we did for our other warrior poses. And this time, we're just going to take a little bit of a step back, okay? Just a teeny tiny step. And we'll stay on the balls of the foot, that back foot, because eventually we're going to be lifting that foot up, okay? Now, this is one of those challenging balancing poses that I really highly encourage the use of a yoga towel, first of all, for extra support under the feet, an empty wall space for support, or the back of a chair, okay? And you could place the chair probably in front of you so you can hold on to the front, because what we'll be doing is bringing the arms out in front, kind of making a tunnel, so the wrists stay in alignment with the shoulders and the palms of the hands space each other. Okay, then keeping a little bend or deep bend in that front knee, I'm starting with my right. Then we'll start to lift up that left foot and then we'll hinge forward until we're parallel to the ground. Okay. Now I'm probably going to have to keep one hand on the wall here, because I have that extra weight in the belly today. Really focusing on pushing down into the mat. We don't want to kind of veg out on the hips. It's a big tendency to pop that hip out. Okay, so to avoid that, we strengthen and contract the muscles of the legs and push down into the earth. And the head will be looking on the ground, probably a couple inches in front of the mat. You could point or flex the back foot, whatever feels better. And then to come out of the pose, we'll slowly lower the arm and the leg, using the wall or a chair for support. And I'm taking a couple resting breaths before we try it on the other side. Remembering that we first just start by bringing that back foot just a couple inches behind the front foot, up on the balls of the foot so the heel is lifted. And really what we're doing is we're shifting our center of balance over to the left side. Okay, so before we even lift this back foot up, we are mentally and physically shifting our weight onto the left foot. Okay. And on the exhale of the breath, we can try bringing the arms forward to that tunnel. then maybe on the next exhale, we can slowly bring that right leg up, parallel to the ground, as we hinge forward, bringing the upper body parallel to the ground for Warrior 3. Again, experimenting with the foot. Some people prefer to flex the foot. I personally prefer to point. You can experiment with that, see what feels best. And try to hold the pose for the same amount of breaths that we held it on the other side. So if you did 4 breaths on the right side, try to do 4 breaths on the left side for a nice even practice. Before we slowly come out of the pose and exhale the breath and back to a comfortable standing position. Thanks for practicing the Warrior 3 pose with me here on Zen Active Sports, where I present a new video with my tips every week at www.zenactivesports.com. Be sure to stay tuned next week for another one of my favorite yoga poses. And thanks again for practicing with me today. Namaste.